Now, recently I've been struggling a little bit with my irons, and whenever I am struggling with my approach game in this way, I always turn to the same drills. Now, I'm going to be showing you two different drills that you can do with the simplest and most effective training aid that there is, which is the alignment stick. So, now before I go into any swing drills on the range, I always spend a little bit of time just going through my swing and seeing, without any drills, without any thoughts, seeing where my swing is at. So I'm only taking one for the sake of the video, but after a couple of swings, what I felt was I'm a little bit over the top, meaning that I'm coming across the ball. I'm coming in too steeply. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite drills, especially for coming a little bit over the top and being steep with irons, or really any kind of swing where you're coming across the ball a little bit too much. So we want to shallow out that swing. So I'm going to stick this alignment rod just outside of my golf ball and just behind the golf ball, probably 2 inches outside, maybe 6 inches behind the golf ball. And I'm going to stick it at a little bit of an angle. It's not going to be quite 45 degrees, but play around with it. So for these swings and these rehearsals, just looking at it visually, it wasn't that much of a barrier, so I'm going to take it out and make it just a little bit steeper, make that angle a little bit lower. You can judge the angle here. From what I'm seeing, it looks like about 55 degrees. And what this is going to do is it's going to really be a visual blocker for me to be coming across that ball. You can see these rehearsal swings where I'm really trying to come from the inside out, and having that thought in your mind during a golf swing is great, but having a visual barrier that you know you're going to hit, and it might hit your arm or something, and it might hurt a little bit, and having that prevent you from coming over the top is a super effective way to work on swing changes. So you can see there that first swing, definitely a little bit shallow, tempo not really great on that one, but when you're working on drills like this, it's important to note that you're not just going to magically flush every ball. So in this case particularly, I've been hitting a little bit of a fade with my irons, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So a couple of these swings throughout this video where I'm working on this lower plane, I'm actually pulling them and I'm hooking them a little bit, which isn't ideal. I don't want to hook the ball on the golf course, but when you're talking about working away from a fade, hitting a hook is a way to work to a draw. It means that I'm definitely shallowing out just a little bit too much, and then you work back to a level of neutrality. That was a really nice balanced swing, a nice high draw there. So that's the kind of swing that you're looking at. Now, the alignment rod is a really, really great visual here, and it can absolutely work both ways. If you are being too shallow and you're hooking the ball or drawing the ball when you don't want to be, you can put this in the ground, I'd say a little bit further behind the ball, and put it really low to the ground, like a 10 or 15 degree angle, so that if you come low and inside, you'll make contact with the alignment rod before you make contact with the ball. So it can work both ways, and it's just a great, simple drill that anyone can do. All you need is an alignment rod. And then here on this swing, I'm just going through a few more feels. The more repetitions you can do on drill stations like this, the better. And recording your swing through moments like this when you're working on specific drills is really, really beneficial to eventual improvement in your game. Now for this drill, I am going to be using my driver, and we're going to be talking about sway versus rotation. So here in these examples, you can see that I'm kind of swaying off the ball. Where that belt buckle is moving left to right, and these are swings with good rotation. The belt buckle stays in the same place. You're just using rotation. So a lot of players mistake rotation with horizontal sway, much to the detriment of the results of your golf game. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sticking this alignment rod in the ground at any old angle and just put it right behind your trail hip. So for a right-handed golfer, it's going to be right behind that right hip, and probably put a gap of about 2-3 inches there. And if you sway off the ball, it's going to make contact. You're going to feel it. So this is a great way to work into a rotation and away from a sway, because swaying changes our low point control. It can do a lot of damage to the swing. It really doesn't inhibit a very consistent result throughout a round of golf. So in this drill, we're just promoting rotation. We're getting visual feedback on the trail hip if things aren't necessarily going well. And this is just an excellent way to dial in a more rotationally based golf swing. I will also say that a rotationally based golf swing can be much more effective in getting yourself a little bit of additional distance. I think that a lot of people who have sway, they lack getting a lot of power and club head speed through the ball. So if that's something you're lacking, take a look at your golf swing. Film from a caddy view angle where your chest is to the camera, and look if you're swaying or if you're rotating. And this is an excellent drill to promote it. Maybe get a little bit of distance out of it, but I hope you learned something about each of these two drills. These are very popular drills. I think that they can benefit anyone, and all you need is something pretty simple like an alignment rod, or anything that really resembles an alignment rod. So if you have any questions or comments on anything that I mentioned in this video or failed to mention, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you're enjoying content like this, we're going to start posting 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So feel free to subscribe to the channel for more instructional content. Thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.